Hi everybody, it's Erica and I'm here with Frank Murphy from My CBD Remedies, and we're going to be talking about CBD today, specifically topical CBD. And My CBD Remedies are the products that we sell at Center Massage and will continue to sell through Center Wellness in the future. So we wanted to bring Frank on to a live video to discuss some of the misunderstandings maybe about CBD products. It seems to be a flooded market right now, and Frank is our expert. He's local right here in the Reading area. So thank you so much for being on our live video. And Lindsay, the work wifey, is behind the scenes again today, a little BTS action. She is going to be telling us if there are questions. She's going to let us know. So if you have any questions for Frank, he is our local CBD expert. Please type them in the comments, and Lindsay will let us know when there's a question, and we'll try to get to them. But for the time being, I'm going to ask my questions. And thank you so much for tuning in. Share this video. Always share our videos, please. And again, thank you for being with us. So, in a very generic sense, what is CBD?
CBD is short for cannabidiol. It is an extract from the hemp plant. A lot of people get confused. They think that CBD is actually medicinal marijuana, which it is not. CBD, to be sold legally here in the United States, is hemp that has to have less than 0.3% THC by volume. So anything less than that is a hemp product. And then the products that we manufacture, the bulk of the products we manufacture are THC-free products that come from just the CBD isolate from the hemp plant. There are other options as a full spectrum extract, and that will have your trace elements of THC along with some other cannabinoids, CBG, CBN, CBDA. So that's what they call a full spectrum extract. So that's one that we wouldn't suggest for people that might have to take a drug test or anything like that, because used in it's not enough to be psychoactive or give any psychoactive effect, but it's enough if it builds up in your body over time that you could possibly fail a urine test. We always warn people who are in any type of first responder or get tested at work that to stay away from the full spectrum products, and to make sure it's a zero THC product. A good rule of thumb, if it doesn't say zero THC, it probably has some in it.
Okay.
So,
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay. And you brought actually samples of what CBD is.
Right. So this here, this is your full spectrum extract. So that comes out sometimes in honey or a syrup. This one is a little bit stiffer than that. It's a very high CBD content, so that's at 90%. So it starts to crystallize a little bit up in there. You might see like a 70% CBD extract would be a little bit more like honey, would have a little bit more flow to it. But since that's such a high CBD extract, it's kind of stiff and crystally.
Okay.
So that's
and
what's
this
in
is
there.
the full spectrum.
That is the full spectrum.
Okay.
So that one came out. Our tests on that particular batch was 90% CBD, and then it was 0.1% THC. So it was 1/3 of the legal limit.
Okay.
So, but it is in there.
Okay.
And then this other product. This is the CBD isolate. That comes as we get it as a pulverized powder, but they take the full spectrum extract and they filter that and a couple different ways, and they're able to isolate just that CBD. So and then we'll get. So I'll roll back just a little bit. This here would be the lab that extracted the CBD. So we get a report on them to make sure that they're a GMP facility. We get their license to operate, food establishment license, and the source.
And all of yours is sourced from Colorado?
All of our, we are dealing with the company in Colorado, but since the market has gotten so big, like this particular batch came from Montana.
Okay.
So it was grown in Montana. It was extracted in these labs in Colorado.
Okay.
And then this would be all the stuff that they get from that. So you have the actual license to grow the hemp. This one's for Montana, and then they would do the extraction, and you would get a test on potency. So that would be a potency test.
So there's actual like lab. This isn't like your Uncle Bob out in Colorado with his own little hemp farm, and he's extracting himself. This is all actually done by a third party. And third party certified.
It's a GMP certified facility, and so this was the hemp license. This one shows how much CBD, percentage of CBD that it is, and it shows if there's any THC present or any of the other common cannabinoids. So this one shows only CBD, and then we have the pesticide test, because they test for any pesticide residue in there, so they all come up as non-detectable, and they also do a mold and yeast salmonella inspection, so they make sure there's no microbial contamination.
That's awesome. And then you can see on this report, it says total potential THC is 0, and then underneath is the cannabinoids. I know it's or the CBD. I know it's small, but you can see it says 0 for the THC, and then it tells you the CBD content. So, a lab is certifying that there is no THC in these products.
Yeah.
And this is the isolate that's going into the topical products that we then also sell.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all in all our lotions, all our creams.
Okay.
We do have one line of cream now that is a full spectrum. It's a very high strength cream, but that's the only one that has any of the full spectrum in it. And then this here would be after we've made our product, then we would send it back out to a third party lab to make sure that we're hitting our target dosage in our product. So, in our 1,000 milligram cream, this would be a test for this particular product, clove and eucalyptus. We're going for 20 milligrams per gram, and this one came out at 20.3 milligrams per gram. So it's, you have a little bit of tolerance in there. We're never under. We're usually over or a tad or just right on.
So you can see again, this is the finished product lab report again, and it's 0% THC, and then it has the percentage of CBD in it. It's all very regimented and scientific, and I think that seeing numbers from third-party labs, I think that's it. It makes you feel better that you know that you're doing your due diligence, they're doing their due diligence.
Yeah, and we actually will shift in between labs. We like to see. I've sent stuff out to 2 different labs, and depending on their process, we've seen come up with some different results.
Interesting.
So the process that they're using has to be very exact. So especially when they're testing the oils, they do a very fine dilution, and it's high science. It's more than I can handle.
Right.
So
and more than you can handle is like 1,000 times more than I can handle.
Right. But so I like to test someone else's results against someone else's results here.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
we deal with Canaveral labs down in Florida, and then we're using Botanicor out in Colorado, so we can kind of make sure that if we go in between both of them, that we know that we're getting everything's getting tested.
Right.
And
it is what you say it is.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's one reason we love, working with My CBD Remedies, is because not only is it local, but it's small. So we talk to Frank, we deal with Frank directly when we're sourcing, products to sell in our rooms, and we like that. We don't like dealing with the bigger conglomerate because we fear that things will get lost in the shuffle,
Mm-hmm.
So it is comforting for us to deal directly with you and get products direct. So the scented CBD products, we use the word terpenes in these, right? So there's terpenes in some of the scented products that you make. Can you tell us what a terpene is?
A terpene is the chemicals in a plant that give it its taste and smell. So humulene, myrcene, limonene. There's just a couple different names for these chemicals. Limonene would be a common terpene found in like a strawberry AK terp or something like that, but you could also be found in a lemon peel.
Okay.
So they're common across all plants. So the terpenes that we're using are not actually coming from cannabis plants. They analyze a particular strain. The ACDC strain is what we use in our cloven eucalyptus and the peppermint orange. They find out the exact combination of those terpenes. Say it's 20% limonene, 50% myrcene. I'm pretty sure this one is high in myrcene. It's one of the more pain relieving strains. So, and then they would recreate that profile with organic terpenes from other plants.
Oh, okay.
So like myrcene could be found in eucalyptus. So that's what they're using as those terpene profiles. So when we say added terpenes, that's what we're putting in there. We're putting in an additional terpene profile of that ACDC plant to aid in that entourage effect. So it all works well together with the body.
So that's actually the second ingredient in this. Is the first one is CBD, and then the second one is the ACDC terpenes. So when our customers and our clients look at the ingredients, I want you guys to be able to understand what exactly is in this product. And then it is essential oils.
Those are, yep. So that's what we have listed first. We have the CBD, we have the terpenes, we have the essential oils. That's basically those are our additives, and then we're infusing a base cream with that.
Right, and it does have all of the ingredients for the cream on here. Also, it's a pre-mixed cream that you buy.
It's vegan. It's organic. It's a product of USA, as with everything in the product, including the packaging, are all USA products.
That's awesome.
We actually get our plastic packaging from Indiana, from Berry Plastics, and it's all BPA-free plastic. So we really want to have it be totally USA product.
I love that. Yeah, just like we want to stay local, to have our products be sourced 100% from the US is awesome too. So that's great. Now, I know we talked about before about people who are afraid of random drug testing at work, or like you said, emergency personnel. Because this is certified 0 THC, then there's really nothing for them to worry about in that sense.
It's impossible. I mean, like we had someone come back with a teenage daughter, right? She's 15, and they said, "Oh, she tested positive, but she said it was the gummies." I was like, no, I'm sorry, because that's actually impossible, because we can pull out the batch test and show you that it's not in there. So you might want to check her drawers or something.
Other options.
Because there may be some things in her room you don't know about.
So that, we always tell our clients who are worried about random drug testing using these products, we would never ever pressure you into using anything that you're uncomfortable with, but we're hoping that this kind of educational kind of video will help you understand that there's really nothing to worry about as far as these topical CBD, no THC products go that we have in the office. Are there any questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Drew Griffin did you touched base a little bit on the question, but it was, are there any legal concerns consuming or using CBD? Which
that's a very good question. And again, it's nice to touch back on that. So whether you're using CBD topically or ingesting CBD products across all 50 states, that is legal, correct?
Yes. Now, being such a volatile industry, there are, from time to time, you hear things Florida recently had some issues, and they pulled some of the full spectrum products off the shelf. We've never heard of anybody having any problems at all The zero THC products, yes, they are legal across all states. Some of the full spectrum products, even though under the recent Farm Bill and everything, that all hemp is legal to grow and use in the United States, some localities can be particular about it, but with the zero THC products, once again, you have nothing to worry about. There's nothing to test, there's nothing to find.
Yep.
So.
Awesome.
And the second question, Audra Hammer Ross asked, how would you figure out what your best dosage is?
That's a really good question.
Okay. Generally, when it comes to anxiety and other, mental issues like that, we see people taking very, very low doses. A couple milligrams can really help. Like the peppermint orange with the terpenes, with the essential oils and the CBD. A little bit around the neck and shoulders can pep you up and work the mood right away. But where are we at now?
For the dosage.
For the dosage,
yeah,
okay.
250, 500.
Right.
We do have a chart on our website, but what I see is people who have had chronic pain or general pain, daily pain, 20 milligrams is about what you're going to need to really notice it.
Mm-hmm.
I see that topically or internally. A lot of people will try a CBD product, and there's a lot of confusion. This is important. When you look at a CBD product, I'll show you here, this one says 1,000 milligrams. That is how much that's in the entire container. When people are normally looking at supplements, they're going to go buy vitamin C's, it says 50 milligrams. Each one of those tablets is 50 milligrams.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the case with CBD. If it's a CBD oil bottle, it says 1,000. That's 1,000 in the whole bottle. So you have to figure out how much you're actually taking by that concentration. If the products are labeled correctly, you will be able to figure that out, no problem. I know our bottles are labeled. It tells you how much a half a dropper will give you, how much a full dropper will give you, and how much it is per drop.
Right.
So, but that's what you need to know to find out how much you're taking.
Right.
So now this product, our 1,000 milligram cream, it's 50 grams. So a serving is a gram, and that's 20 milligrams. So a 1 gram serving looks like about as much toothpaste as you put on a toothbrush.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little dollop. It's enough to cover a whole back, a couple joints. So that's your average dose. So someone who's waking up every day with a trick knee or something, they're only doing a small area, they could use a half a gram. And that's probably gonna do it.
Right.
But,
I know for me, I like the low dose for anxiety and for relaxation. Like you said, I'll just put a little bit under my collarbone. 250 will do me for that situation. Yeah. But today I went to the office before we came over here, and I noticed that my thumb was really hurting me. And I had Lindsay feel my thumb because the muscle was really, really tight. So I worked on it a little bit, and then I real quick put the unscented 1,000 on it. And again, just a little dollop. It's not a lot at all, like a pea size.
Pea size for the smaller area.
It was just real small, and I just put it all over my hands, and my hand feels amazing. And that, for me, I did need that 1,000 because it was excruciating for that moment. I was just like, man, this is really hurting me. Mm-hmm. But even now, that muscle that you felt, it's not stiff anymore, and I feel fine. So, and then I also realized that I haven't put any CBD on clients today.
Okay, right. So you're normally getting your
I'm not getting my regular CBD dosage because I didn't put any on anybody today. So it really does, and I have been telling people that my hand fatigue has been a lot less since I started putting CBD on people. I'm reaping the benefits of not wearing gloves, so I'm reaping the benefits of applying it to my clients.
Yeah.
And
that's another thing to mention about these products, because we don't use any added menthol, any added camphor, or anything like that. So if you were using 99% of the other products out there on the market, you wouldn't be able to use that 5-6 times a day on other people.
Right.
You'd get a toxic buildup of menthol in your body.
Right.
So
and that is something that I talk to people about.
You can use this as often as needed.
Yes. So I do talk with people about their CBD products that they're currently using, and they've tried this and they've said they don't feel anything. And the product that they were using was cut with camphor and menthol.
Right.
So they're getting that tiger balm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So what I offer to people is, if this doesn't do it, if they want that icy hot feeling, go get Tiger Balm. Like, you don't need CBD at that point. If that's what you're looking for, if you're looking for that warming and cooling sensation, just get Tiger Balm and save your money. But this, it really does feel like nothing, because it just sort of relaxes, and it's not a real numbing, it's just a release of pain for me, you know.
The scents aren't overly strong. Like this one here, the clove and eucalyptus, we consider this our sport model. This is the one that does give you a little bit of warmth.
Right.
You know, and then the peppermint orange would be slightly cooling.
That's
you can
my
feel that
favorite.
Peppermint, that's my favorite in the summer, and now this is coming up on the winter season.
It's very warming.
And also, clove and eucalyptus is antimicrobial, antibacterial. You get the eucalyptus, it opens up the breathing passages, so it's a great thing to use during these winter months, and to fight off colds and to keep yourself clean. So
yeah, I do love the scents. I think the scents they're delicate. It's not overbearing like some things that you find on the market, and it's all natural, so you don't have that chemical sort of weird smell or feeling.
You do need some sort of carrier oil to get the CBD into the skin. Another thing with a lot of the other products, the mentholated products, they're just taking a regular formula. You'll see it under a million different names, freeze and all this stuff, but they're just adding the CBD to it. It's not infused into an oil or anything like that. So some of those products will work. Some of them will just actually, the CBD will actually just sit on the skin, and you'll just end up washing it off later.
Interesting.
So, we're infusing the oils and then infusing that into the product. So if you have the smell on you, you have the CBD, and that oil will help carry that into your skin.
Okay.
And then in the unscented version, we use MCT oil, and that's an oil that's known to even cross the blood-brain barrier. So people who have neurological problems and stuff like that, you know, with the combination of the MCT oil, that can help carry it deeper into the body and into the brain matter and stuff like that.
Okay. Now you have repped other brands of CBD, correct?
Yeah. And
they're quality products. What made you want to start this company?
We saw that, you know, we were all heading towards natural healing, but then they were just putting it right back into a conventional cream or something that had you know, your parabens and had GMO ingredients and just different things like that. And we just, you know, we were enjoying to use some of the products. CBD Clinic was the first product we tried. It was popular, one of the first popular ones with chiropractors and stuff like that. But really, when you looked at it, it really didn't have hardly any CBD in it at all. I mean, even they would use deceptive marketing. It would say 2,000 on the jar, and it actually only had 200 milligrams of CBD in it. And they're like, well, why does it say 2,000? You say, well, that's just the model number. So that type of thing. So we've seen a lot of obfuscation. You see people will say hemp extract instead of CBD. Some of your hemp extracts, like what this is, I mean, yes, that's 90% CBD. Some hemp extracts can be 20%, 30%. So you might see a product that says 3,600 milligrams hemp extract. You really don't know how much CBD is in there.
Interesting.
And I mean, I've even seen the scams that you'll see on Amazon are like 36,000 milligrams of hemp extract, but really it's just hemp seed oil. They're just weighing it and putting it out there and selling it because they're hoping that they can fool a few people and make some money off that. But all of our products, if it says 1,000, that's what's in there. Even our full spectrum product, if I was to use this particular batch for a full spectrum cream, being at 90% CBD, then I would be putting in, to make it 2,000, I would need 2.2 grams to make that 2,000 milligrams of CBD. But that's what we would do, so that way people know they're getting that 20 milligrams or 40 milligrams per gram.
Awesome.
So that's what we do.
What is the shelf life? Once you open your...
you know, these can, unopened, 2 years. They can sit for a long time. Being a vegan and organic product, you keeping the product clean is going to help the shelf life. You don't want to add bacteria in. So if you're going to use it, use clean hands or use something
Right.
to scoop
In our
it out
room,
with.
we use either like a glove, like this type of a clean glove, or a wooden stick, you know, a little spatula,
Right.
so that we don't put any bacteria in the product. You know,
Right.
it's always
So the
clean for
more,
next person.
however much you use, you know, if there's air in there, enough space in there, sometimes a little bit of the oil will evaporate and then settle back on top of it. But you know, and that's after quite some time. You can easily just stir that right up,
Okay.
and it's fine. So, but I would avoid getting any bacteria or dirty fingers or anything in there, and that's gonna keep it good for a long time. You don't have to refrigerate or anything. It's just sits on room temperature.
Awesome. Any other questions?
No other questions,
All
but
right.
I did want to ask something for some people that may not know. You had mentioned sometimes you add MCT oil
Yeah.
into your products. Can you just touch base as to what that stands for?
Oh, it's a highly refined coconut oil. It's high in omega fats and the triglycerides. Multi-chain triglycerides is what the MCT stands for. So a lot of people take that just as a supplement, you know, to promote brain health and stuff like that. So we use that as one of our carrier oils.
For the rollers.
For the
And those are
and
the
then
rollers that we have
the
in the-
unscented. It's in the unscented as well.
Okay.
That's how we end up part of the process of infusion.
Okay. Gotcha. As the carrier.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's
Cool. All right. Thank you so much.
Well, my pleasure. That was
We
great.
love education. It is super important that our clients know what they're buying, and so we really appreciate you coming on and telling us all about your products. So it is My CBD Remedies. They're in our rooms. We also have them online on the store. It's www.centermassage.co. Lindsay's going to go ahead and pop the link in there for you guys to go shopping. They are we still doing a sale right now, or is the sale off? Did the sale end? Can we extend the sale?
We can extend it.
Ooh, there we go. We're gonna extend the sale for you. So everything's $10 off right now on the online store. So because CBD is legal in all 50 states, and because I really want people to have the opportunity to try these products, because we love these products, we use them ourselves. What am I gonna do? 50, Linz? 100? What do you want to do? How
For
many
what?
samples are we gonna send out? Let's start with 50. All right. Lindsay's gonna put a link to a form in the comments, and if you fill out that form and submit it, I'm gonna send you your choice. Oh, you know what, Lindsay? I didn't put the choice of the sample on it on the form. So you can message us which ones you'd like. But I'd love for you guys to get your hands on some free CBD samples. Frank puts in these lovely little what would you call that? The
Little sample
vacuum
packets.
pack. Yeah, it's like a little
packet.
vacuum pack. I'll send you two. I'll send you two of your choice. We have unscented, we have clove eucalyptus, peppermint orange, and lavender, that's a crowd pleaser. Everybody loves lavender.
Is our number one seller. Unscented is the number two.
Yeah.
There's so many people who just don't want any scent at all.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to find an unscented.
My favorite's the peppermint orange, though, because it gives me a little pep in my step. So, if you submit the form that Lindsay's going to put the link on below, I will send you 2 samples of the cream, and you can try it out yourself. I want you to have the opportunity to try before you buy. I think that that's important. I think for people who can't come into the office to us and actually get the product put on them, it's so nice to, if you don't know much about CBD products, if you've never tried CBD products, the samples are great to try out. And if you can't get to us in the office, if you're out of state, we can still ship you a little sample. So go ahead and fill out that form, and we will send it out to the first 50 people. I'm gonna go buy a book of stamps. And do it snail mail style, baby. Oh yeah, the postman's gonna hate me. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I really appreciate it. Lindsay, you good?
Great.
Oh, check out the thumbs up from the work wifey. All right, guys, it was great seeing you tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed this live video. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to put them in the comments below. We'll try to get to them. And of course, as always, press that share button for me, please, to get the word out. Maybe tag somebody who you think might want to try CBD or who has mentioned trying CBD but doesn't want to put out the money right now. Tag them in this video and they can claim their free sample by mail. All right, guys, thank you. I'll see you later.